Episode 27 of Speculate to Accumulate, joined by my left-hand man, Aiden. Welcome back, pal. Last week there was an absence because I was a busy man. I recorded last week at like 9:15.
Valentine's Day, weren't it?
Yeah.
You'll have been getting all soppy and that, wouldn't
you? So last week we got let down by Fulham on the fourfold with a 3-0 home defeat to bottom of the league Barnsley. How about that?
I can't believe that.
And then on the overs, we was 1 goal away.
Yeah, one game got postponed in it, so it went down to about 7-1, weren't it?
Yeah, which was a bit shit. And then Wickham...
It's the same price as the Acker though, weren't it?
Yeah. Wickham beat Bolton 2-0 away, didn't they? Fancy Bolton to get an home goal there though, but...
Especially the way Wickham have been playing recently. Yeah. Well, over the last probably 8 weeks or so, weren't it?
Yeah, but we go again and again and again and again.
Every week we hit the post.
Well, we hit both posts last week. But on to this weekend. So, new episode of the Sunny Beach podcast, episode 2 of the Sunny Beach story, that is up as well. So plug that, shameless plug. Hit the channel below. Well, the channel icon below. And you can check that out if you watch the first episode. I'm sure you'll like the second episode. And before we get on to the fourfold, this podcast is sponsored by...
Faded Barbershop.
Here in Leyland. Just had a refurb as well. Looks like you've been in.
I've been in, yeah.
Nice, isn't it?
I went in opening day, Tuesday.
Yeah. Nice little refurb, innit? Nice tiles down now, nice backboard. So yeah, probably the best looking barbers in Leyland now. So if you are in the Leyland or Lancashire...
I wouldn't say that about the 3 lads, maybe the shop.
Yeah, the shop. So if you're in the Leyland region in Lancashire and you do need a haircut, go and see Kane and the boys and they will sort you out. So, fourfold. Do you want me to...
Go for it.
Right, so the first pick is going to be Ipswich to beat Oxford. So Ipswich came into this game off the back of an impressive 4-1 win at home to Burton, whereas Oxford are struggling away from home without an away win in their previous 5 away fixtures. Ipswich hit a bit of a patch of sticky form before the win at the weekend against Burton, with 3 losses on the bounce before that, but albeit it was to promotion pushing sides Rotherham, Peterborough and Sunderland. It is 7th versus 10th with 4 points separating the two sides, and a win for Ipswich would pull them back into the playoff places and the 5 points from pole position in League One. And if you go off form from the previous 5 games, Ipswich don't look great, but you've got to be mindful of the decent opposition who did beat them. And I don't think Oxford are a team of that calibre of who was beating Ipswich.
Well, they're still around mid-table as well, Oxford.
Yeah.
Very good home form, aren't
10th, yeah. 10th.
Yeah, very good home form. The second pick is going to be Coventry away at Rochdale. Coventry sits second on goal difference behind Rotherham and have a game in hand. Coventry have won 4 of the last 5 away games, unbeaten in all 5 of them and kept 3 clean sheets in those as well. And to be fair to Rochdale, the recent home form isn't bad. I think they're unbeaten in the last 3 with wins against Shrewsbury and Bolton and a draw against Gillingham, but that opposition is not good enough. Not to compare them to Coventry anyway. Before them 3 games, they lost the 4 league home games prior to those, and they were against decent opposition with Ipswich, Bristol Rovers, Fleetwood and Pompey. So when you class Coventry is probably better than the 4 of those as well, you'd like to think that Coventry are going to be far too good for this Rochdale side.
Decent. They didn't let us down last week. Someone put in the comments, go on Cov. We backed them last week, they won. Yeah, they won, didn't they? Sure they did. Third pick, we're going to have the mighty Plymouth Argyle to beat Cambridge. So the mighty Argyle are within touching distance of the top of the league, the top of League 2, only 2 points off top of the Pops, and are currently unbeaten in the previous 4 home games with 3 wins and a draw. And they've only lost 1 of their previous 10 games, which was an away defeat to Colchester, and have won 7 of their previous 10 games, drawing 2 and losing that one to Colchester. Cambridge won the previous 2 away games, but again, against lesser opposition in Scunthorpe and Newport. But before them two fixtures, they failed to win an away game in 12 aways consecutively, which shows that they do struggle on the road. It's 4th versus 12th, and if Argyle win this, they'll have the best home record in League 2 this season, where Cambridge have only taken 20 points from 17 away games in League 2 so far this season. And I think Argyle are in fine form at the minute. Continue to push for them automatic places for promotion in League 2. And Jeff Cott is on fire.
Still?
Yeah.
I don't think he scored for a couple of weeks, has he?
Scored last week, yeah.
The final pick on the fourfold is going to be Swindon at home to Grimsby. It's top of the league Swindon versus 15th place Grimsby, who are now managed by Ian Holloway.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Swindon's last 5 league home games have all been against top half opposition, with them teams currently sat 2nd, 3rd, 6th, 9th and 12th. Despite the high standard of opposition, Swindon are unbeaten in all 5 of those games, winning 4 and drawing 1, which I think was Bradford in a 0-0.
Yeah.
In them 5 games, they've scored 13 and conceded just 3, which is amazing, again, judging by the standard of opposition when they've played 2nd and 3rd already. To be fair to Grimsby, Ian Holloway has made a difference. They have been a lot harder to beat, but Swindon are just far too good for that league at the minute.
Yeah. Owen Doyle's back there up top.
Yeah.
Bagging them for fun. And that completes the fourfold. So the fourfold is as follows. We're going to have Ipswich to beat Oxford.
Coventry to beat Rochdale.
Plymouth to beat Cambridge.
And Swindon to beat Grimsby.
Odds this morning. We're recording this on Friday, so the kickoff's obviously tomorrow on the Saturday at 3 p.m. Odds this morning on Betfair 11-1, which isn't bad innings really for a fourfold. Anything 10 and above's decent, really, isn't it?
I'd take a 2-1 winner at the minute.
Yeah, take an 8. Fucking hell, I'd take a 13-8 at the minute.
We do 3 bets, so a 2-1 winner's money back.
Yeah. On to the both teams to score 6-fold. You can begin, my friend.
The first pick on the both teams to score is going to be Walsall versus Port Vale. Walsall have landed both teams scoring 4 of the last 5 home games, scoring in 4 of those and conceding in all 5. Port Vale have landed both teams scoring 3 of the last 5 games, scoring in all of them.
Lovely. Second pick, Wigan versus Millwall. So 12 league places and 18 points separate the two sides as Wigan look to get out of the relegation zone and Millwall look to scramble into the playoff places. Despite the league position, Wigan have landed both teams to score in 4 out of the previous 5 games and 4 out of the previous 5 home games as well. Millwall have only landed 2 of the previous 5 away games. However, Wigan's record and Millwall coming off the back of an impressive 1-0 away win at Preston North End last weekend. I do fancy him to get a goal in this one.
The third pick is going to be Cheltenham versus Mansfield.
You beat me to it on that one, you bastard. Looks good, that.
Cheltenham have landed both teams scoring 3 of the last 5 home games, which have been the last 3 as well. They've scored in 4 of those 5 and conceded in 4 of those 5 as well, not had a 0-0. Mansfield have landed both teams scored in all of the last 5 away games, scoring 7 and conceding 11 in those 5 games.
That's what I was looking at. When I was
Mansfield record's incredible. Isn't it?
When I was looking for 3 this week, I seen that game and I was like, that's a thing. And then I checked the chat, what you'd sent off. I was like, sure Aiden didn't pick that. And then I looked and I was like, bastard. The third pick, I'm going to stay in the Championship, is going to be Barnsley versus Middlesbrough. So bottom of the league, Barnsley come into this game off that impressive 3-0 away win at Fulham, which fucked the accumulator last weekend, which shows that they can score goals.
Pricks.
Away from home as well.
Fucking wish they hadn't.
I know. Barnsley have landed 3 out of the previous 3 out of 5. Barnsley have landed 3 of their previous 5, both teams to score, whereas Middlesbrough have landed 4 out of the previous 5. Both sides are in a negative goal difference, which means they're both comfortable at conceding goals. Have you ever seen the Barnsley fan team?
Both comfortable conceding. Not both are comfortable scoring, but both comfortable conceding.
Have you ever seen that Barnsley fan TV? The guy in the stands when he...
I seen him
when they played North End.
Yeah, I seen
and
the
he
North
goes,
End
boo, boo. That's the first time I've booed at a football game.
I've seen the North End one, yeah.
Fucking classic. Check that out on YouTube if you ever get bored. Fucking well funny.
The fifth game on the both teams to score is going to be Birmingham versus Sheffield Wednesday. Birmingham have landed both teams scoring the last 8 home games across all competitions, which I find amazing. And Sheffield Wednesday have landed both teams score in 3 of the last 5 away games in all competitions, with a blank at Luton the only time they failed to score, and I think they kept a clean sheet at Leeds in a 2-0 win.
Yeah, they did. I remember them when they played Forest, let down one of our both teams to score records one week. They beat them 4-0, didn't they? They were 3-0 up at half time, weren't they? And
yeah, and we're just scraping for one goal back for half a game, weren't we?
Half a game, nothing. Looked good that week as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Bastards.
We were waiting on 3 goals from half time, weren't we? Something daft like that.
60th minute on that slip. Yeah, it was.
It was just 1 goal for the last half hour.
Yeah, piss take. The final pick.
That was that when that Ginger Ninja in midfield, Mr. Sitter as well. Who were it? Who's lad at midfield for him now?
Stevie Sidwell? No.
Is it? No, Sidwell's not there, is he? I can't remember who it is anyway. One of them, Mr. Sitter.
I know you're about, well. Yeah. Not Jack Colbeck.
Good, yeah, it was him.
Yeah,
I think.
Used to be at Newcastle, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was him. Because then it was one of my picks and you were fucking winding me up and showing me the text commentary. Missing an absolute sitter from like 5 yards open goal or something.
From like 8 yards out, yeah. Oh, my Lord.
Final pick on the both teams to score 6-fold. We're going to have Scunthorpe versus Forest Green. So it's 19th versus 10th with a 10-point gap separating the two sides, with Scunthorpe landing both teams to score in 3 of their previous 5 home games, and Forest Green have landed in all 5 of their previous 5 away games, which is impressive. Scunthorpe have only failed to score twice in the previous 10 home games, and Forest Green look to push himself into a playoff position. The reverse fixture back in December finished 2-0 to Scunthorpe. However, Forest Green have since picked up the pace. So the 6-fold, both teams to score is as follows. We're going to have Wigan versus Millwall.
Walsall versus Port Vale.
Barnsley versus Middlesbrough.
Cheltenham versus Mansfield.
Scunthorpe versus Forest Green.
And Birmingham versus Sheffield Wednesday.
Tasty odds. 31-1. Have a bit of that, eh? On to the over 2.5 goals. I'll kick it off. First game is going to be Fleetwood versus Portsmouth. So it's 8th versus 6th. 8th versus 6th. With 2 points separating the two sides. And Fleetwood have landed over 2.5 goals in 3 of their previous 4 games. Portsmouth have only landed 1 in the previous 5 games. However, with the two sides being so close together in League One, I do fancy a few goals in this one. And their previous 4 meetings between the two sides have all landed... the previous 4 have all landed over 2.5 goals. I think there were a 3-2 in there, a 3-3 in there as well.
The second pick on the over 2.5s is going to be Sunderland versus Bristol Rovers. Both teams have landed over 2.5 in 3 of their last 5 home/away games. Bristol Rovers have conceded 3 goals in each of those games where they've landed over 2.5. And Sunderland have scored 11 goals in the last 5 home games, scoring 4 once and 3 twice in those 5 games.
Nice. They went off the boil a bit, didn't they, Bristol Rovers? I remember.
Yeah, they're still sat around 12th now,
yeah,
I think.
I know. They could push on, couldn't they? Third game on the over 2.5 goals is going to be Crewe versus Macclesfield. So Crewe have landed over 2.5 goals in all 4 of the previous 4 fixtures, whereas Macclesfield have landed in 3 of the previous 4. 60 goals scored in 33 games for Crewe is really impressive, and Macclesfield have conceded 40 goals in 33 games, which should be a recipe for goals. And 3 of the previous 4 meetings between these two sides have landed over 2.5 goals.
And the final pick is going to be Accrington Stanley versus Rotherham. Both teams have been excellent recently for over 2.5, with both of them landing in 4 out of the last 5 home/away games respectively. The last 5 Accrington home games have seen 18 goals, whilst the last 5 Rotherham away games have seen 15 goals. I do think that this could be a real high scorer.
Lovely.
4-3.
4-3, yeah.
Either way. I'm not bothered what way.
Just like the fourfold, 11-1. They're thereabouts.
We're recapping it so that they've got it all in one.
Yes. So the over 2.5 is going to be Fleetwood versus Portsmouth,
Sunderland versus Bristol Rovers,
Crewe versus Macclesfield,
and Accrington versus Rotherham.
So yeah, 11-1. John in the comments. Hopefully there'll be no canoes this weekend. Do you know what I mean when I say that?
No.
We picked Bradford one weekend. He went, swerve Bradford because they're about as much use as a break on a canoe. It really fucking tickled me. I'm sure his name was John anyway. Was it John? I think it was John. Sorry I've got your name wrong if it's not John. One last, actually, prediction as well. Tomorrow, big fight. Obviously, I'm a big Fury fan. He's one of his gloves there. What are you having?
Yeah, it's honestly the flip of a coin for me.
If you had to pick, if you had a £50 free bet right now, bam, you have to pick a fighter, a weight, and obviously a round, or if you think it's going to be points, then obviously points.
I think Fury wins. Well, I hope Fury wins. The safe bet's always for Fury on points.
I've got a feeling he's going to knock him out.
I don't think he has. He's not had the punch power for about 7 years now, has he?
But he's put weight on for this. It was 18 stone 2 for his last fight. Do you know where he got caught against Otto Wallin? This one, he's going to come in at about 18-11, 18-12. I'm going to give myself 2 rounds, actually. Fury in the second, because he keeps banging on about this second round. Fury in the second or Fury in the fourth. I just really fucking hope he does it. Do you know what really winds me up? The last fight, he got absolutely fucking robbed, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I know Brits always get robbed when they go and fight in America, but it was just ridiculous, that, wasn't it? But he's looking at it there, look. His book's behind camera. Anyhow, if you did enjoy this, please hit the like button down below and hit the subscribe button if you are new. Welcome aboard. Subscribers, not customers. Yeah, we're here every Friday, aren't we? Upload between 6 and 8 on a Friday evening, and all our games are all our selections are for 3 p.m. kickoffs on the Saturday. But until next week, peace.